And record. Yeah.
Recording.
All right, maybe one more minute and then we just go for it.
Yes.
Staying in here?
Oh,
I'll be in and out, but mostly.
get out of here. Can I hide this? I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I can see me seeing me. Beautiful. Let me just open these now so that
I don't know how to go.
it'll just take me to the other one. Yeah. Boy, this is why. Hey, hey, little guy. There you go.
I feel like this is the deciding. Can't go for it.
Is it costume link list?
Costume for cast and then costume for list.
All right. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, hello. Those of you who have not met me before. Oh, we're getting started, everybody. Wonderful. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Okay, so those of you who have not met me before, I am Miss Eileen. I am the producer of the show. I'm usually here on Wednesdays, so if you're usually here on Mondays, you probably have not seen me. Some of you might know me as the teacher for some of your students. I'm covering my face. And then some of you just may have seen me run around, being a little busy bunny running around doing stuff. But today we are doing the parent meeting for Frozen. It's the second one. We have 3 of these throughout the entire process. So you're at number 2. I know mandatory for you to attend at least 2. So if this is your second one, look at you, you've done it. I still recommend doing the third one just because that one is going to give us all the other details for like towards the end of the show. And like we always love to be over informed, don't we? It's better to be over than under. But yeah, here is the agenda for the meeting. We have hair and makeup. We're gonna discuss that. We're gonna discuss the costumes that you guys need to get. And by a certain time, we have the June recital that is coming up, and then we have service hours, and then we're gonna open up the floor for questions. If you have any questions that come up while I am jabbering on, you can always put them in the chat and then I will answer those as well. And then everyone in person, if you want to just write a little note, and then at the end we'll be like, tell me your notes. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so hair, and I also have Miss M here with me, and Miss K is also here. So yay. Let's go ahead and get started with hair and makeup. So Frozen in general isn't crazy with hair and makeup, I wouldn't say. There aren't any costume or characters or anything like that. So we have a slideshow here. And it has all of the descriptions, the photos for inspiration. It has little tips in terms of like how to make it fit your features, any adjustments, anything like that. And then it goes down the list of each character. There are lots of videos and things like that that you can use as reference. And if you do need extra help with that, you can do that. We also have this the tutorials on YouTube for the basic like ensemble hair and makeup. So that for the most part is what we're looking for. If you have any questions on that, if you are a parent that doesn't really do a lot of hair and you don't really do a lot of makeup, let us know in the band. You can just message and be like, is there anybody who would be willing to do my daughter or my son's hair or my child's makeup or anything like that? We have a village of moms and dads who know how to do that kind of stuff and who are willing to help. And so if you ever need help with that, please don't hesitate to ask. Just make sure you do it early because you don't want to do it the day before the show and be like, and then everyone's already running around and doing things. If you know that you're a parent that doesn't know how to do that, it's fine. Just ask for help because again, village, we're here to help you. As far as links for where you would be getting if you need to look for things like that, I think it is included in the link list on the Frozen cast sheet.
Yeah,
So Yes. Yeah. So when it comes to this costume link list, this is the Frozen cast sheet. Hopefully you guys have taken some time to look through it at this point. Here you'll see costumes for cast, and it has just like essentially what they need to get. We've done this show before, so we do have a lot of the costumes. There are things that you
Thank you.
in terms of just like your undersleeves and underthings and shoes, and if you're wearing a wig,
I'm good.
wig and just things like that. We have the link list for the here, not necessarily saying you have to buy this exact one. If you already have it, then you don't have to buy it. If you find it at a thrift store, that's perfect. If you find it, you know how to sew and you can make it yourself, that's even better. We still would have to approve it, of course. So if you find a long sleeve brown shirt, but it has just like a tiny little logo right here, and you're like, does this work? And we say no. Unfortunately, that's not going to work. So you're going to have to go and find another alternative for it to work. So yeah, this is the way that you can approve, like, yeah, 100%. You're not going to have to worry about like, oh, is it going to be approved? Like, it will be approved because this is the approved things. But again, no pressure to buy them. You can always find them if you own them already. Yay. Okay. So that is that.
It is June 2nd.
June 2nd. Yes, so 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Yes, Amazon.
I posted it, I think like 3 weeks ago, a month ago.
What was it called?
So,
Yes, so June 2nd is the
it's
deadline
Monday.
to,
And it has
yeah, June 2nd is the deadline to make sure that you buy all these things. You would be bringing it at the next rehearsal, at that rehearsal, and trying on your costumes and doing all that fun stuff with it. So please, please, please try to get it done. I know a lot of the time we forget and it gets lost, and then we try to order it last minute and then it doesn't show up on time. It's the safest bet is just to get it as
Because Ali is gonna have to get
and
some
then if you
pictures
can,
also.
parents, if you
Saying
can,
like
come to
everything that she
your
has to do for her character, her costume.
Oh, I can mute them. There you go. All right, here you go. All righty. But yeah, cool. Anyways, moving on. So going to costumes to buy. Oh, perfect. I'm ready. I did it. I just went there and did it. All right, cool. So there's that. June recital. So when it comes to June recital, there are lots of things that we need to know. We are, as Frozen, going to be performing in both shows. Here is the set list. It's a little small because for some reason when you put it in regular, it's gigantic. I don't know what I did. I don't know how I did it, but I did it, and I take responsibility. I don't know how to fix it. But you guys are performing depending on the cast. You guys should be listed. Yes. So the first show is Snowfall cast, and the second show is Sunshine. And so depending on if you have a performer who's a lead or they have a solo moment, and it's during that cast, that's, I guess, if you needed to choose which tickets to buy, it would be for that one. That should not change if there are other accommodations that need to be made in terms of this is when my child has their solo for Frozen, but they also have like a big dance moment or a big other solo or things like that. Just let me know. And we'll try to fix whatever it is that we need to fix. In general, this is, I think, pretty much gonna stay the same except for those little accommodations that need to be made. Here is the dress rehearsal schedule. So here we go. So Monday, June 9th and Wednesday, June 11th, those are going to be our dress rehearsal. So that is when we have Frozen rehearsals, but instead of Frozen rehearsal, we're just going to be doing these dress rehearsals. And so you guys will still be called because you guys are pretty much like end of the night performing. So just please be there. Try to wear what you're supposed to be wearing to the recital, which is your Frozen t-shirt and then just like a plain colored skirt.
It's gonna be either black pants or
Okay.
a different shade of blue skirt, whatever shade.
Fun.
of blue.
Okay, so a different shade of blue or black pants. One of those two things with your Frozen t-shirt. I believe you guys should be getting those
Hopefully in the next week.
Any-
Sophie just
any day. Any day. Any day. But yes, so you guys should be planning on staying those 2 days. You already had rehearsal, so it shouldn't be much of a change in your schedule. For the day of the show, you guys are called at 10 a.m. It is a long day, but it also is a fun day. It's a tiring day, but it's a bonding day. We have so much fun. I believe there's probably a big and little gift that's happening. Yes, no? Well, if you want it to be, you can. You can absolutely get your big and little. This one's
What?
a little high five, a hug, who knows? Um, but it is 10 o'clock. Then we run the bows, we run all the things, and then the show starts at 2 p.m. And then we have a dinner break. We usually serve pizza for dinner. So if you do want pizza, there is going to be a form that you have to fill out. It's $5 and you get, I think, like a good old hefty slice of pizza. And then we just hang out, you eat. If you do not want pizza, if you have dietary restrictions, you are free to bring your own pizza, but you cannot leave in between shows. You have to stay there, so you can either have your parent, or you can either drop off the food to your children, or you can DoorDash it for them, or you can have them pack their own little food or something like that. But if they pack food, they cannot bring it into the theater. So make sure that it is not perishable. And it is in a little zipped up bag, because there are ants and they like to get into people's food, especially like Starbucks drinks or things like that. If they get a Starbucks drink, they leave it outside, the ants will get to it and just like open bags and things like that. So just try to prepare as much as possible in terms of food if you plan on bringing it yourself. But yes, there's plenty of options in terms of that dinner break. Then we go ahead and we get ready for the second show. We have that. Afterwards, we pack up and clean. These are recitals, so it's not too much stuff that we have to build, but that we have to bring in like a regular show would be. So it's not too crazy. And then afterwards, we go to Legends, and you are welcome to eat and chomp and reminisce about the good and the beautiful and the magnificent things that happened during recital. So yeah, that is the hair and makeup and for recital is generally, I would say, go to the last page of your hair and makeup slideshow for the basic stage makeup tutorial, unless you are a specific character that like you're Elsa and you want to have some like icicles or something like that just for fun, that's fine. But in general, because a lot of the students are doing so many other things in the show, just basic stage makeups, basic dance like makeup is perfect. Great. Awesome. As far as hair goes, same with this. We always want hair out of the face. Curly is always it looks great. It looks great on stage. So if you want to curl your hair, that's great. If you want to just keep it straight, that's also fine. But no matter what you do with your hair, it needs to be out of your face. So you'll see here we have like half up, half downs. Their bangs are pinned out of the way. For boys, any length is fine, but it's the same rules: out of your face and neatly styled as well. And that is for recital. And then of course that is for that specific slideshow is for the show. So there's two different makeup looks that we're thinking about right now. There's the recital makeup and then there is the show makeup. All right, moving on to service hours. So as we all know, as parents, we need to do 10 or 11, 10. I don't know why I thought 11. 11 is just a random amount.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Okay. So we have 10 hours of service hours. There's a lot of us in this. There's a lot of parents here, so there's a lot of service hours that need to be fulfilled. And so if you have not already fulfilled them, we have several things that you can do. We have Miss M posts it on the minders. We have right now parents who are organizing our costumes. We have storage unit days that are going to be coming up. Take home projects. Once we get closer to the show, there's going to be a lot of like loading in and doing things like that might be useful. But yes, don't be afraid to ask if you're like, I need to fill my service hours and I don't know what to do. We got you. We have stuff for you to do. Don't you worry about a thing. In terms of if you are unable to fulfill those volunteer hours, they will you will be asked to pay $15 per hour for a buyout fee. If you want to just go ahead and do that right away because you're like, I don't have the time, I'd rather just, here you go, take more money, then okay, go ahead and do that, then you don't have to worry about that. But if you want to try and get those hours in so you don't have to pay that 15 per hour, then again, ask. And then as well as those 10 hours, like Miss Case said, you need to complete a minimum of 10 hours per show as well as 2 show day volunteer duties. So in terms of volunteer show duties, let me go to right here. Here is the tab that is on, again, your Frozen cast sheet so that you can take a look at. Here are all the things that are available to volunteer for. It's important that if there's something that you have your heart set on and you want to get this job and you want it now, then you really just need to make sure that you do what you got to do to get your name there.
So you should reach out to Liza.
Yes, reach out to Liza.
Got crazy last year.
Mhm.
They're
Deleting and doing stuff. So okay, yes. So Liza has locked it. So if you would like a specific role, or if you just want a role, or if you're just ready to pick a role, message Liza. She is available on Band. It's Liza Harwell at Band. It's on email. But yes, just go ahead and reach out to her.
About that as we get closer to it. She's supposed to about recital right now.
Yes, and then also keep in mind, if you want to see a certain show, like you're gonna have to work that out too. A lot of parents will do like a trade-off, like the mom is doing a volunteer for this show, and then the dad is doing a volunteer for this show, just so that everyone gets a chance to see the show. So yeah, just work something out. If you need tips, we'll put some tips and things like that. So.
Like if you don't say anything, we'll plan you for your kids off night. So
Yeah.
not when they're on leave, if they are on leave.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so that is that, right? Have I talked about everything? I think I did. I'm a speedy girl. What can I say? Questions, any questions? Let's go ahead and take a look at the chat. Hello. Hi. Yes. Please mute. Yes. Okay. All right. Awesome.
Any questions?
Any other questions? Any questions in the house? Yes.
The volunteer log is gonna be updated. I've kind of forgotten how many hours.
Yeah.
Sure. The volunteer log, she asked if the volunteer log will be updated. Yes, Ms. K will be assigning it to somebody and it will be done
Anybody in here wanna do?
ASAP. Speaking of the log, let me just go over that real fast. I know you see it on every single minder, but the log is right here in case you don't know how to log your hours. So like I said, Miss M posts it right here. You click on it, it's there, it's beautiful. And then you would just enter the information, your cast performer name, your task description, all of this fun stuff. And then it goes straight to a Google Sheet that we then have that Miss K will assign. We'll tally.
Michelle, so many service hours.
Yeah.
I'll take her.
No, you can just say it like if there's
Forget
something else
week,
about
a parent
story.
appreciation day is every day.
Go on a spreadsheet and post it.
Okay, well, we will be getting that tally.
Sure, we're gonna
It's
say
just
hourly.
Sarah has done it, so I forgot to.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Okay,
We'll
So,
post it.
any other questions?
Sorry, Mom,
No worries.
perfect.
For the June 14th recital, can that also count as service?
Yes, that's how you show it.
Yes, so she asked if the June 14th can also count as service hours, and yes, they do. And I think you can also volunteer for that show as well, right? So is there a different log?
Yeah, Liza posted about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will find that post and put it on this little guy on the minder, this most recent minder on the comments, just so you can find it in terms of volunteering for the June 14th recital. That's also good for service hours. So yay! Everybody gets service hours. You get a service hour. You get a service hour.
Photographer for the June titles, if anybody's available.
If anybody knows how to use a camera or a cell phone, then come on down.
Yes, something? Because after finishing up with my son didn't take a photography class in high school.
Ooh.
And he wanted to buy like a $300 or $1,000 camera, and I was like.
Investing in futures. Yeah.
We will have all the equipment here, we can come by and question and everything, kind of, obviously, you can use that. Okay.
We're doing business talk is happening here. Okay. All right, cool. So then if we do not have any more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording. The chat's blowing up. That is a good point because it isn't the whole show. So let me ask the judges.
What's the word, what's the?
If you are in recital, can they volunteer for service hours?
Who's the king?
He's the king.
Oh, yeah, he's fine. I was
Yes.
like, who is it?
The answer is,
Who is you?
but yes, the answer is yes. So just go ahead and have a chat with Liza and she'll
Something that works around the numbers.
yeah, she'll give you a task. All right, cool. Last call for any more questions. Awesome. All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead.
Yes.
No, what's
Oh.
coming up that they should be getting ready for, storage unit, et cetera, et cetera. And then 2, remind them that we go to a different schedule in June. And then 3, when's our next meeting and what we'll be discussing at the next meeting. And
Okay.
then.
So Miss K will be now talking.
I can do it. I can
Have
do
it
it.
too quick.
I think
Okay, here we go.
Here. Okay, hello. Like just standing. Okay, so what was the first one? Storage unit days. So
Yeah,
the
what's coming up?
main
What's coming up?
the easiest way for you to earn volunteer. There's such a light behind me. It's like okay. The easiest way to earn volunteer hours is to come to our storage unit days, which are led by me, and I run that storage unit anyway, so I will be there. And it is in Pomona. I posted it in the band a few times now, and it's also in the cast sheet under the rehearsal schedule. They're in there. They are May 25th, June 1st, and June 22nd, all from 11 to 4 p.m. Those are all Sundays. So I know some people have church in the morning. Just come on over once you're done if that's something you are interested in. Even if you can just come for a couple hours of it, but those are each 5 hours each. You could come to 2 of those and be done with your service hours, your free show service hours. We will be lifting things, moving things, painting things, organizing things, basically anything you ever could possibly do, fixing up sets, finding costumes. So if you think there's not a skill that you can use there, you're probably wrong. We'll put you in. Ages, I have been saying 11 and up.
You can just tell.
Ages 11 and up, the 11 to the tweens kind of paint things outside of the storage unit, but we don't ask that anyone 10 or under come just because it is just, it's a little danger zone with all the things and stuff in our big storage unit, and then it gets too hard to keep track of them. We don't want them running off.
They do run around.
So
Also,
11 and
they
up
will
generally.
easy ups and or stuff.
Yes, if you
Or
have
watermelon.
if you have easy ups or snacks, you can feel free. People love to share snacks at storage unit days. It's big encouragement for the kids when they have some like fresh
Or, like,
watermelon.
hand washing water.
Yeah, just any supplies you think might be helpful, just bring it on by. Any tools, any like paint brushes or something, just make sure you write your name on everything so you get it back. And then what was the other thing?
And then
Next
what's
thing?
our schedule in June? What's happening?
June, okay. So after the June 14th recital, we then move to, and instead of rehearsals on Mondays and Wednesdays, we will now have rehearsals on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays.
Watch out, it's coming, guys.
So please
4 weeks
watch
out.
out for this. This is how I know some of you haven't been here for our summer shows and you've only been here for our fall shows. This is just how it moves because usually this,
Summertime schedule.
summertime schedules a lot and we have a lot more time. And the fall show we do in like 4 or 5 months and this show we do in like 3. So we have to use all that rehearsal time we can get. Some of the hours on those days vary. So just look at that, but it's generally like 3/4 to 9 on Thursdays and Fridays, and then generally like 3 to 8 or like 4 to 8 on Saturdays and Sundays. We do have lots of events in the summer, so we won't have rehearsals all of those days, but they are all already posted. They are in the Google Sheet. So please look at that, but please just be aware that if you come on Mondays and Wednesdays past June 14th, there will not be rehearsal. And please come to our actual rehearsals. There was one more.
What are we talking about at the next meeting? When's that?
Okay, so the next meeting is, I just had it up. It is,
It's tech week.
yeah, I think it's the weekend before Tech
Maybe
Week.
it's the Saturday right before. we
Yeah,
go out.
I agree. I had just looked at this thing here.
That would be the second
It
Saturday.
is July 12th.
July.
So on July 12th, we will be having our next meeting. It is pretty important you come to that one because we will go over everything on how it works to go from the theater, how our load out works, how our load in works, because the kids do take their own costumes home. We have a whole checkout system, and then we will go over step by step all of Tech Week and everything you need to know for Tech Week going into the shows. So please be there. It will be very important info. We will probably record it again, but it's a little more helpful when you're here and can ask questions. So yeah, please be on the lookout for that July 12th at a time.
I thought it was 7 or 8. It depends
Yeah.
what time we end rehearsal that day.
Yeah. You get them for their costume. Okay, for kids, 10 and under who are townspeople and trolls that you're having trouble with the sheet. Okay, if you want to go ahead and message me, but also I guess we can just show you. If you have more questions, you can message me. But so for here in the sheet, if you scroll down, so right here, it says ensemble, down here it says all ensemble. And so these are the things they need to get. So it is just a brown long sleeve shirt, brown pants, their regular undergarments. So undergarments are just some sort of black or tan tank top, and then some little shorts that they can put under their costumes, usually like bike shorts. And then they will need black or tan jazz shoes, which there are links to that in that Google sheet. And then some sort of winter clothes. All of the ensemble will need winter clothes, just like a hat and a scarf or gloves and stuff they put on once everything is wintry and frozen, and they take off at the end of the show once it becomes summer again. Right. Does anyone have any other questions? You feeling good?
If they're ever unsure, just please ask. Just
Yeah.
Put it in the chat.
If
put it in
you're
the chat.
ever unsure, please
Yes,
ask.
please ask. And also just read the Monday Minders and if you just look at all the posts in the band, your question,
It's so many posts.
it'll
so
probably
many
be get
posts, so many
answered.
posts.
Well, then just
I like
I-
that.
I feel like I read
You love
every
the homework.
post in every band, so I believe in
You can do
you.
it.
You got the one.
You can do it.
At least the Monday mind.
At least the Monday Minder. I also email that to all of you, so please.
And you know it's coming out on Monday.
Yes, and it comes out pretty much every Monday right at 12. So be on the lookout for that.
Right. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for letting us work with your kids. It's
Yeah.
a fun old time. It's looking very beautiful and yeah, super exciting. Thank you. We will see you June 12th for our next parent meeting. July 12th for our next parent meeting. July 12th. But yeah, woohoo, bye. I'm gonna stop recording.